was 1994, and I was a postdoctoral fellow at Yale University when I met the first child diagnosed with Canavan disease. Her parents walked into the lab with a baby girl named Lindsay. She was just diagnosed with Canavan disease a week earlier, and her parents were told that she would never see her 10th birthday. So since then, I've been working on Canavan disease, on characterizing it, as well as collecting natural history data in patients and gathering information and sharing information with some amazing collaborators and excellent clinicians and extraordinary researchers. And we put our brains together to be able to see the difference in patients. We work on experimental methods to deliver genes into the brain using viral vectors with the collaboration of Jules Samosky at the University of North Carolina.
This is the virus that we work on. This is a replica of it. It's 1 million times the size, and it was generated by a computer that the X-ray crystal structure was formed. We have made virus for 25 years, but we never made clinical virus, and the biggest burden was, could we make something that we would not only be able to be safe, but would you put it in your own kit? And having 2 kids, this was very nerve-wracking. I stayed up the entire night after we shipped it out, worrying about whether it was going to be okay, because as a scientist, you never know. There's always one more question, one more thing you want to answer before you're done. But we were fortunate and lucky in that everything turned out right. And as you know, now we're gotten a reputation of being the best clinical heart producers. So thanks to the original Canavan study. Yes, it was a very exciting time, still is.
We were so grateful and so excited that there was a team willing to work on this disease. We had begun advocating and lobbying in Washington, D.C. to ask for more funding for Dr. Leone and her team. With the funding we have raised this year, we will hopefully begin a stem cell trial in the next year or two. We have been able to generate a partnership with a biotech company, and that biotech company has had amazing work in stem cells, and they were very excited about what Dr. Leone's team had been working on. They realized Canavan was an excellent model for other brain-based disorders. This disease will open doorways to other treatments for other disorders.
The research is still ongoing in the laboratory, and the clinical research is still ongoing in the clinics. What we have learned from this experience has taught us that the best way and the most successful way and productive way to accomplish results that you can see in the patients, is really by sharing information, by developing a trustworthy relationship with scientists. The amazing support of the families and their friends and the donors has changed the way we treat Canavan disease.
I will never, ever stop in the fight against Canavan disease. Every breath I have will be to push back this disease.
It's difficult for other people who don't have handicapped children and view small milestones as major to understand. So somebody might come in and say, well, she doesn't move or she doesn't really talk much.
She looks the same to me.
Pretty much, she's sitting in a wheelchair, so she's pretty much the same, but I think it takes our family to recognize the dramatic changes that were made by gene therapy.
We feel very, very fortunate. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we're happy to contribute, whatever. We do the MRIs, even though it's a lot of work and travel and everything, and it just bothers me sometimes to put them, sedate them, that type of thing. But I realize that, we've been given something that could someday cure these other children.
We have so much hope for not only Olivia, but with everything that's going on in medicine today. Already we've come up with some medications that I think have helped, and it's only going to get better.
I read once, these aren't my words, but someone phrased it in that Canavan disease can take and rob the children from so much, but never of the love of their family and friends. And that is so true.